Hey folks, Brian. Got some new headphones, new mic thing, so sounds a little different, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, we got to play RQG tonight. We had a quorum, but not everybody showed. Thanksgiving weekend, that happens, right? Anyway, so the party decided, okay, we are going to leave. Excuse me. They're almost all out of magic points. They're almost everybody's out of rune points. And so they head up out of the keep, back down through the city, and as they're going through the city, they send the bird up to look around, anything out there we need to be worried of, and it didn't say anything, so it goes back down. They move along, and they get towards one of the buildings, and Mira hears something inside one of the buildings, turns to look, and these two shadow cats jump out. And at first I was thinking that these were saber-toothed cats, but they weren't. They're just shadow cats. One size 1, the other size 6. So these two little cats jump out. Maybe mommy and kitty, huh? And they attack Miriam because she's the least armored person. And feral cats, they're hungry. There's something without any armor. Let's jump on it. And of course, they don't go around till strike rank 7. And there's Miriam actually went on strike rank 6, and somebody else went on strike rank 7. And so Miriam hurt the little kitten, if I remember right. And then Jarstakos hurt the bigger kitten. And then they got their turn of attacks because, they're in the middle of doing something. And since they were hurt, okay, they're going to flee next round if they survive. And some more attacks continued, and the little cat had his front right leg amputated. So it falls to the ground, incapacitated, going to shock, bleeding out. And the other cat got his rear left leg hit twice, brought down. So it still had a few hit points left, so it fled the next round. Miriam just kind of stood back, not doing anything. Jarstakos got his, opportunity attack, and shoot, Gorf held his blow as well. So the bigger cat with 3 legs takes off to the building. The other cat's laying there incapacitated. Jarstakos, because shadow cats are important to Orlanth, takes the kitten, sacrifices a rune point to do cure wounds, put 6 magic points into it. They reattach that leg, and they do some first aid on the cat to get, trying to help take care of it. And the leg was at -6, so it brought it up to 0. And then the first aid would have done. I think we should roll for first aid. All right, how many points it healed up anyway. But anyway, so okay, Jarstakos, there's this cat, this feral cat that that it attacked you attacked back, is now recovering from attacks. What's it going to do? Wow! So I have to make an animal handling roll. I say, okay, you can use your beast rune as a modifier, and he was successful on that, and he got a critical success on his animal lore. I use that for animal handling. His animal lore skill critically. Okay, so he's got a new pet. The cat curls up to him, starts purring. He gets some food out of his pack, and he's feeding it. And so he's got a new animal companion. Anyway, that was fun. But it was kind of funny because during the actual combat, and by the way, that's all in the live play if you watch that kind of thing, he's trying to talk to the cats. They are still animals. No intelligence, no charisma, right? But it was all color, and it was great. It worked out fantastic. I'm very, very happy that the dice rolls came out that way. It was perfect. So they get down to the port. Miriam tries to summon one of the naiads. Not successful. Jarstakos tries to summon a naiad. Is successful. Naiad summons a loon. They go down to the temple. In fact, there's almost an argument on, okay, do we go to the Aslira temple or do we go all the way up to Bagnot and try and finish our deal? Because they found this Ouroboros, a silver dragon bite his tail thing. And they knew it was magical because it has a point of power. I don't know if it was here or after they got to the temple that uh, Illustre casts her reveal magic, identify, not an identify magic. It was shoot one of those magic spells that tells her stuff about the item itself. Um, so she casts that, and they learn one of its capabilities, which is that on a special or critical success, and of course, critical successes are special successes. So on a special success, it on a, success, on a successful, on a special success in casting an offensive rune magic spell, it does additional damage. Cool. So Jarsteko says, "Does anybody mind if I like use this? Because I can use like lightning bolt through it." And so they kind of agreed to that kind of thing. And so he's going to attune himself to it. He wants to attune himself to it, but his power is 18. And if he goes down to 17, he loses his priesthood. So he's holding off for now. And we go back to the temple. They spend a couple of weeks. Miriam is trying to hawk off the leather habergion with the 2-point protection matrix in it. But it's not able to find anybody that's willing to buy it. And I have issues with the Blue Book's magic costing thing. You get a magic spell matrix, right? That takes a rune point to make, and it only costs 20 lunars. But to have somebody teach you to increase your own power by 1 point costs 500 lunars. So I just went pretty much off the cuff. Okay, nope, times 10, 200 per point. So this thing should be worth about 400, but it's used by ogres. And it had been pretty bloody at one point, right? So I assumed Miriam cleaned it all up. I'm not sure if it might stink of chaos to do some storm bulls or not. Haven't decided yet. But with the rolls, yeah, nobody's in the market for that kind of thing. And she tried 3 times, was not successful. We stayed in there for 3 weeks. Jarstakos went to the Barntar Temple and offered to run services for them because the next day after they got back was actually an Orlanthi Holy Day. So he ran services. So he got to do a power gain check off of that, but was not successful in actually getting that point of power, which would have been really cool if he had new point. Okay, throw that, take that, burn it into getting the not focus. Attunement, there we go. Getting the attunement to the item or not. So, but Illustre rolled her knowledge spell to learn, 15 minutes of history of this thing, starting from the beginning to the end. So I have to make up this history, right? So I tapped into ChatGPT, said, "Hey, gave this parameters, give me 15 minutes worth of history and background." It gave me a really, really good setup. So I edited it and then paste it into our Discord chat so they can read it later. It's actually pretty interesting. Came up with a really, really interesting situation. So it was pretty cool. Also, while Jarstakos was doing the worship services, a couple of adherents came up and asked him if they'd teach him, spirit magic. So one learned like fanaticism, and the other one learned some 1-point spell, something or other, right? Just so we could do some stuff. It's actually need to have them pay for that. So he did that for a week. Actually, it happened 2 weeks, right? 2 people asked. Yeah, that would have been burned up his 2 weeks. And then we wanted to actually go for 2.5 weeks, get us to the holy day for Lancromai so that Illustre can get her rune points all back. But to make a full 3 weeks, we dipped into dark season. We're now into dark season. And that's where we ended the session. I knew it was going to be pretty much downtime. I did start doing some preparation for if they go back to what's that next level really going to look like with my owlbear and darkness and shadow and doors and stuff. I mean, the doors actually worked out pretty well this time. Hey, I got this to work. Oh, anyway, happy gaming.